Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to more WWE Smackdown vs. Raw 2007 General Manager Mode. My name is BrendenPlayz. This is it, the final Raw of the series. One more Raw to go, and then it's Wrestlemania, and we are done. Last week we had success. We put the championship on the line, First Blood, Guerrero and Benoit, and we got a win. We got a good win. We beat SmackDown, and we are now, I can't believe how close it is. After the entire series, the two brands are on 5 million each. It is deadlocked, dead even. We couldn't be any closer. I can't believe it. Look at the line. I know it's a little hard to see, but you can just look at the line up and down, like the majority of it up until about, Royal Rumble time, we were ahead. And SmackDown had a couple moments where they caught up, and there's been a few times where it's been pretty close, but for the most part we had a big lead. And then ever since, around about the Royal Rumble until now, SmackDown and Raw's, it's either one or the other. It's been pretty close, but, recent times SmackDown, for the first time really in the series, has had a good lead on us. And there's been a time where I thought, oh man, we might actually lose. After winning this entire time, we might actually end up losing. But we've been able to come back. We've had some good shows. We've turned it around. And it's been mainly thanks to our rivalries. We've got a lot of rivalries right now. And these rivalries will help guide us to hopefully a big Wrestlemania victory. We can only hope. We don't have any money still, so I was thinking about getting the Big Show in. We lost Tori Wilson as well. We couldn't afford her. We still can't even afford her now, so I guess we're just gonna have to leave that one alone. It won't really matter. In terms of this show, I don't know. Obviously WrestleMania is coming up, and I don't know how many matches we get. I'm guessing we might get three matches maybe. So because of that, I'm thinking, okay, let's maybe put a championship on the line that we may not be defending, for example. So we might do a tag team championship match or something like that, and just kind of look for a big one. So we'll probably have Shawn Michaels versus somebody. So Rated RKO versus Shawn Michaels and Randy wasn't there. So Shawn Michaels and one of our floaters, Finley or Chavo. We might go Chavo. Let's get Chavo in there. So we'll put a World Tag Team Championship match in there. Obviously, we won't defend them titles at WrestleMania, more than likely. So we'll do that now, and that will just give us something different as well. We haven't had that yet, so that's something different. The Women's Championship, I don't think we're going to defend that. So we might put that on the line on this show as well. Now, of course, we're only going to be playing one matchup, but we will put the championships on the line regardless. So we'll do a singles match, Lita and Trish for the championship, and this is so we can just get the best. We want to have if we can win this week in the ratings, we should have a lot of success, and we should be able to hang on WrestleMania. We should be able to win the whole thing, and it won't really matter about advertising or anything like that. We can just focus on that. So we might actually do an interview space as well to I guess probably on Rob Van Dam, who's going to be in our main event for the championship. So we want to have make sure he is doing the best he possibly can as well. So Kane can go one-on-one with Finley, and actually we probably won't have. We're not going to have Matt Hardy and Kane versus each other either. So I guess this is a show where we can kind of end some of our rivalries. Some of the rivalries we've been doing, we can end them all in this show, and I guess some of the big matches that we're going to obviously do, we'll save for WrestleMania. But we can kind of end things here a little bit. So because of that, I guess we could do a tag team match to finish up, and we might try to get the best we can out of this one, and we can have Eddie and Chris versus each other, and we can have Kurt Angle and Eddie team up to take on Van Dam and Benoit. So that'll cover our two major rivalries, and as you can see there, so that's 2 thumbs up there. So we should probably get a good matchup out of that one. We could spread it out, but I don't want to kind of do the same singles matches again, because I think we're going to probably have them involved in the main event somehow, if not singles matches there as well. So we'll do that. So that leaves us with Foley and Flair and Lashley and Benjamin. So I guess we could do the Mick Foley and Ric Flair. Now we could probably put a stipulation on that one, and I think a hardcore match would suit that. So Foley and Flair one-on-one hardcore match, and then we can have the Intercontinental Championship on the line. Actually, maybe will I do an Intercontinental Championship match? I think I may. If we get, I don't know how many matches we get. Do we get 2 or 3? I can't remember. And I think there might be a brand versus brand match as well, or something like that. So just in case, we'll put the Intercontinental Championship on the line, and we'll have that one be a ladder match. So that can be Shelton versus Lashley. So man, we are really going all out for this show. And this should be a good one. I think this could be one of our best shows we've ever done. Maybe we need to make the tag team more awesome, but we're going to save those guys for us, because the last thing we want is an injury to happen for our main event before Wrestlemania. That would be a disaster. And then if that happens, we are definitely losing. So we'll leave it at that. I'm happy with that, and that could be our hype for, that could try and get us across the line. We've got a pretty hype show. I mean, look at all these matches. I think we should do well. This is more like a Smackdown cut, isn't it? Stipulations every match and titles on every match too. So we're copying Smackdown for a week. So we are going to go and play the World Tag Team Championship match. We're going to play as Randy Orton. We're going to keep the championships on the Rated RKO if we can. We may lose. Knowing me, I probably will. So we'll try. So Rated RKO versus Chavo and Sean. So here we go. The first man in this one, it is Chavo Guerrero. Well, he gets a chance at the championships tonight out of nowhere. I mean, that's pretty cool for Chavo. Teams up with Shawn Michaels tonight. Gets himself a title opportunity. Can't complain with that one. We'll see how Chavo goes in this one. I mean, Rated RKO are not easy. Chavo's got a chance to walk out as a champ. And his partner is Shawn Michaels. Well, we've seen Shawn Michaels up against Rated RKO in recent times, and that triple threat matchup, and it has not been easy for Shawn, but he gets another chance at Rated RKO in our final Raw for the tag team titles. We haven't seen too many World Tag Team titles. I've got to say, throughout the series, the World Tag Team titles was probably the title we messed up the most. We didn't do very well with it, and it was the same in the GMO in 2008 as well. But we'll close out the series, and we'll do some justice for the championships, and we will put them on the line in this show. Shawn Michaels and Chavo. And the first of their opponents, rather, it will be, well, they're both here. Rated RKO, Edge and Randy Orton, both coming out together. And this is going to be a really good, interesting battle. Edge and Randy have been really good as a tag team since teaming up not too long ago, and they've been dominant. And now, we'll see how they go. One last test, one last hurdle to overcome for Rated RKO. So here we go. Michaels and Guerrero team up to take on Rated RKO. So this will be interesting. So Chavo and Edge starting things off. And we'll see how Chavo goes as Shawn Michaels' tag team partner. As I said a moment ago, I just feel like, throughout the series, you look at the tag team championships. I mean, Kane and Big Show dominated the tag division for us the entire series. Like, the entire series, they are basically tag team champions. Nobody can really take the belts off them. But, I feel as though I probably should have created a few more tag teams and had them come after them. But once again, just like 2008, we just needed like another 5 guys on the roster. If we had another 5 guys on the roster, like so many free agents that, we could have used and built up and been in the tag division, whatever. We just had a few more guys. We could have created another tag team or two and kind of done that. I feel like that's one of the crucial mistakes that the GMO series made back in the day, is the tiny rosters. It was disappointing. Well, Michaels is now in, Chavo tags in, and Edge is going to tag in Randy Orton as well. So the tags have been made. So we'll see how they go. Well, Randy Orton is in now, so never mind. Randy Orton is in, and we are coming after Shawn Michaels now. So Michaels and Randy Orton, a good challenge here. I mean, Shawn Michaels has been able to get the better of Rated RKO in a few recent opportunities, so we'll see if Michaels can do it again. As inside cradle now, trouble here for Randy Orton, and Oh, jeez, that was close. That was very close to a kick out. And Orton nearly got beat there as Chavo's in trying to come after Randy as well. He gets a hold of him. Now Michaels has a hold of Randy Orton as well. Picks him up and he's going to try slam him down, perhaps driving the knee into him at the same time. And that's not pleasant at all for Randy. So I can't quite remember what the deal is with WrestleMania. I believe there is probably a brand versus brand match. I think that's normally the case. It's been it's been a while since I've done it. Yeah, so obviously I think our main event for WrestleMania, I think we'll probably go with Rob Van Dam versus Eddie Guerrero one-on-one. Obviously Van Dam won the Raw Rumble, so we're going to give him the championship match. And we'll probably put Angle and Benoit in their respective corners against their rivals. So that keeps those rivalries going. So we have two strong rivalries in one match, and we recover it. Otherwise, I mean, we could do a singles match, but as well, but I don't think that will really work. I think we want to make sure that those rivalries are covered, and that obviously will give us the best chance of getting the best possible rating. At the moment, Randy got into some trouble. He tags in Edge though, and Randy's grabbed the wrong opponent. He's the wrong guy. He wanted to grab Shawn Michaels. Instead, he got a hold of Edge, and now Randy's back in here, and he's coming after. Well, a bit of double team here by Chavo and Shawn Michaels taking down Edge, and now Randy coming after Chavo. Now he's after Shawn Michaels as well to the outside of the ring here. Going to drive Michaels back in the ring. Michaels is going to get back out of it, but Randy's not done with him yet. Michaels continues to counter. Randy trying his best to get a hold of Shawn Michaels and get him out of here. Obviously trying to help his tag team partner Edge get an advantage in this one. Now Randy drives Michaels into the barricade ringside. Meanwhile, Chavo, those shots there by Chavo look pretty below the belt, they're pretty low. Chavo takes down Edge in the process. And shot there by Michaels. As Edge now takes Chavo off his feet. Close battle here between Edge and Chavo in the ring. So I think we'll probably get WrestleMania out sometime next week. I think we'll try and get it out. I don't know how many matches we're going to do. We might do maybe 3 matches on the show. Depends how many we have. If we're only having 3 matches on the card, then we'll probably cover all of our matches. If we've got 5 matches, which I don't think we will, but if we have 5, for example, we won't do that many, but we'll cover the most important ones, and we'll do that. Normally when I do, one of the problems, I guess it maybe just be my disc, but normally I do 3 or 4 matches on the show for a pay-per-view, for example. When we have our Raw exclusive pay-per-views, my game often freezes, so that's been one of the other dramas I've had throughout the series, and that's the beauty of the PlayStation, I guess, the old PS2. And games used to freeze constantly. I don't know if you guys ever had that issue throughout your days in the PS2, but games would just freeze all the time, and discs would get scratched up, and it was a nightmare. It was a nightmare. Randy Orton now off the top, tried to land on Michaels, couldn't quite do it. Now Chavo's coming after Randy, and he needs to focus on Edge. He's in the ring, and Edge is looking pretty good. Chavo's in a bad way, and that probably is the issue, as Edge takes down Chavo off his feet. Trouble now, as Michaels won't have to get in the ring yet because Chavo Guerrero rather. Well, speaking of Eddie, he'll be involved in the championship match at WrestleMania, but it's Chavo right now. Well, right now Michaels needs to avoid from going in those steel steps. Randy's trying to make sure that Michaels is out of the picture because, well, Edge is getting very close to putting Chavo away here. If he can get that execution, he will get this victory. Trying to make Chavo tap now as Michaels is in the corner. And Randy beating the hell out of him over in the corner. So it's real trouble for Shawn Michaels. Edge has got Chavo in a bad way in the ring. And now here comes execution. Execution by Edge. Chavo, I don't think it's going to turn out to be the partner that he wanted. But meanwhile, Michaels could get back in the ring here. 2. No, he can't get there in time, and they win. Well, Randy and Edge, they get the victory. A distraction by Randy, who took out Michaels. Michaels nearly got back in the ring in time to break it up. But Chavo was not the partner that Michaels needed tonight. A loss there for Chavo, and Edge and Randy Orton take advantage, and they pick up the victory tonight. Alright, so let's check out the rest of the results. Some big results this week. Matt Hardy defeats Kane in the tables match. Trish Stratus defeats Lita for the Women's Championship. Shelton Benjamin knocks off Lashley in the ladder match for the Intercontinental Championship. Ric Flair defeats Mick Foley in the hardcore match. And Guerrero and Angle defeat Benoit and Van Dam. We actually, I think, needed Van Dam to win for the interview space, so that's a bit of a downer, so that's disappointing. Alright, so here we go. Who is going to have the advantage in the WrestleMania? Who will be the top brand? Raw has done it, 90,000! Oh yeah, that's big. Well, here we go. So, tournament announced for WrestleMania. Smackdown against Raw. The winning show will receive a franchise tag that can be placed on any superstar, making him and eligible for the draft. Well, that would be fantastic, but we're not playing the draft, so that is irrelevant. But that would have been good. So there will be a SmackDown vs. Raw match, no surprise. So here we are. We've finished. We had a 4-star show, and I think maybe kind of bumping up that tag match with a bit of hype around it was a good call in the end. It helped us big time. So yeah, so everything's going pretty well there. We had a pretty good show. SmackDown, how do they go? Yeah, not so great. I mean, Masters and Hardcore Holly, Carly and Nitro, I mean, I probably wouldn't pay to watch those either. So there's no surprise that show did no good. And here we go. So, alright, so we have our main event. And we have Triple H. Someone gets to verse Triple H. Someone gets to verse The Streak. You know, Undertaker, one-on-one. And then someone versus Carlito. So that's the deal. So it's a tournament. And basically, there's 3 SmackDown vs. Raw matches on the show. And then we have our world title match. Batista and John Cena. That's a pretty good world title match. So they're going pretty well there. And yeah, so I think this might be a SmackDown vs. Raw match as well. But they don't have anyone to verse us or whatever. So that doesn't matter. So there you go. So we will have 4 matches on the show. And that's big. So WrestleMania is looking pretty good. Quick final look at the fan support. And there it is. A small little lead for us. At the Power 25. You know, we're not really featured all that well. More towards the bottom. But then again, we have some of our top guys teamed up with others. For example, Edge and Lita. Eddie and Chavo. You know, they probably would be in a better position if they were solo. But anyways, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. One more to go. It's WrestleMania next up. It's going to be big. We now know who we're versing. We'll find out at WrestleMania who will be taking on those guys. Thank you very much for joining us. And I hope to see you at WrestleMania. Make sure you leave a like on this episode and subscribe to see the next and final episode of the series. It's WrestleMania. And I'll see you then. Thanks, guys.